Hello, welcome to my channel. Another bibliophile reads. My name is Greg, and I am doing a series of videos where I'm going to be reading the 20 best short stories of the 20th century, or what I'm calling the 20 best short stories. Now, I did have an initial syllabus that I put up, but I'm having a little bit of trouble coming up with one of the short stories. That was The Man Who Was Almost a Man by Richard Wright. I was supposed to read it for today's video. I have a copy coming in from an interlibrary loan, but that interlibrary loan is being a little lackadaisical in getting me that book. So I'm jumping ahead a week and I'm picking next week's story and reading it a week early. And that is The Lottery by Shirley Jackson, originally published in 1948. And there is going to be full spoilers in this short story. So if you have not read this short story, go ahead and stop watching this now, because this has one of the greatest surprise endings of short stories in all time. In my opinion, it's really fantastic. I originally read this when I was in high school, and I was just gobsmacked when I read this ending and go like, how could an author do that? Well, anyway, it starts off at a pleasant day in June. It is a small town. All the people are gathering around to do the lottery. The lottery is an ancient tradition. And there's some talk among the old folks about how those northern upstart villages are thinking of doing away with the lottery. And they're thinking, how could those people do away with the lottery? It is tradition. And it is a tradition. They have an old box where you used to put in wood chips, but now they put in pieces of paper. And it's an old broken down box that they're always talking about replacing, but it's so old. It's tradition. Why replace it, even though you talk about replacing it every year? So the idea is that all the villagers, and I'm going to call them villagers or townfolk, whatever, they come in and everyone is supposed to reach into this box and pull out a piece of paper and not look at the piece of paper until every person who is eligible to draw has been drawn. And there are some rules. There is a man who has broken his leg, and he can't come to the town square and draw. So his wife draws for him. And there's certain other rules about, you have to be of a certain age, but there's no age limit. There's a very old man who's been doing this lottery for how long? I think he said 77 years. I can't remember. It was a long time, even though I just read this, 25 minutes ago. And so all the villagers come up and they draw the pieces of paper. And then once everyone is drawn, they look at the piece of paper. There's one piece of paper with a black dot. And that signifies that that's the family that has been chosen. And then all the family members have to redraw. They put the pieces of paper back into the box. Then each family member has to draw. The really young children, and there's no age limit on this one, someone has to draw for the young child. And then they look at all their pieces of paper. And the one with the black dot has won the lottery. And what do you get when you win the lottery? You get stoned to death. Wow, that was just... I just think about this story, and it gives me chills of excitement and dread. And part of it is, this is, like the third, fourth, fifth time I've read this short story over the years. And a lot of what strikes me now is that the tradition, the lottery is a tradition, and you cannot let go of that tradition. And it's important that these upstart towns are doing wrong when they say it's okay to get rid of the lottery, because that's meaning you're getting rid of tradition. And tradition is what is really truly important here is that you have to follow tradition because it's always been done that way. It is also harboring a dark side. There is malice in every person that's hidden behind this calm facade because you have this nice gentleman who runs the lottery. He owns the coal mine or the coal business, but everyone feels sorry for him because he has no children, and his wife is a bit of a scold, but he is pleasant. He is genial. He helps move along the lottery in an orderly fashion, knowing all along that someone in his village, perhaps a friend, perhaps a family member, perhaps even himself, is going to get stoned to death. And it is perfectly calm rationale that these people hold inside until the black dot is picked upon the last person. And then that viciousness comes out. You have to let it out. You pick up the stones and you kill the person who is the winner. And what is that saying about our society? It's saying that we have this evil intent in us, and it hides within us. And under the appropriate circumstances, you are able to let out this black beast of evil and kill someone mercilessly, for no reason at all, other than it has always been done that way. And does that describe what you feel in America right now? I do. I feel that we have this black beast in us, at least in some members of our country, and they want that beast to come out. They want to pick up those stones that were lovingly gathered by the village children for this event, and they want their revenge on this person who has done nothing wrong other than picking the piece of paper with a black dot. And I said, this is just a fabulous short story. I am tempted to put this short story at the top of my list, but I'm going to keep it second. I'm going to keep A Clean, Well-Lighted Place in first place for now. But I'm doubting myself. I'm thinking maybe this should be number one because this is such a great short story. And I think it speaks to our times, even though it was written in 1948. Thank you for watching, and keep on reading.